Here we go.
The banning is underway for game 2.
This time we have Team Penta Perfection on blue team and Team TDA, Tappin Dat Ashe on purple team. We see that Penta Perfection is banning out the Skarner from TDA, and TDA is still just banning out the Shen, because Shen is a very, very popular pick and is very, very strong. There's also an Aurelia ban. I believe they don't like the Aurelia. Yeah, focusing about what was just played last game.
Which is good, you know. You gotta do that.
Yep, we'll definitely be seeing different picks at least this game. Not the same stuff. There's Shaco. Shaco's also another annoying pass from solo queue. And then we have Soraka,
another Soraka
who's just very strong. Being Cassiopeia.
Very.
I don't believe Cassiopeia was actually banned though last game. And Cassiopeia is just a strong mage. So
they had Lee Sin they banned.
Yeah, Lee Sin was banned. There's quite a few things left open that are very, very strong. We'll see what blue team Penta Perfection will pick up first. And they decide to pick up Reckofm.
Ah, my favorite champ.
And then the Nautilus pick. Nautilus insta-lock almost. Nautilus being a very, very strong jungler. He could be argued that Nautilus is the most OP jungler in the game right now, next to Mundo. But Mundo has been hitting nerfs, or has been getting nerfs, and Nautilus's CC is very, very strong. He puts out a large amount of CC, and his passive is amazingly strong, and it's free. And it puts out just so much CC. And now we see just another Sona pick. Very, very safe. Even though Sona is, again, arguably not as strong as she used to be.
I had to question this Reckofm first pick because Reckofm can easily get countered. Very easily.
That is true.
First is just, it's not going to help their top lane.
Another Anivia pick. Anivia is very good. And possible Eve troll pick? Or, yeah, Eve troll pick. And another Ashe. The Ashe from last game played very, very well. Could have had some Eve middle, triple GP5 and Russia Rabbit on single AP. Which people do. Corky pick this time. And a Cho'Gath. So lots of CC from their tanks on Team TDA. And then blue team again, they have that arrow, and they have the slows from Ashe's volley, and then they have Anivia slows too. And not a Cho pick, but we have an Udyr pick. Now, this more than likely will be an Udyr top lane, but it could also be an Udyr jungle and a Nautilus mid or top lane. Just don't know how crazy they want to be. So we still need to see blue team Penta Perfection's jungle and their support. And we just have AP middle for Team TDA. There's Warwick, and then there's Leona. Just like last game that we saw, Ashe and Leona are very, very strong picks because they both have CC, and they can make it easy for the jungler to gank. And there's the last minute pick to Maokai. Maokai also providing a lot of CC in the game. Maokai doesn't clear relatively fast, but he still provides a lot to the team. His ult, very, very good in stopping a lot of AoE damage. And his ganks, just very, very strong. Just a very quick private message, so. We actually have Ashe possibly going Ignite. We'll see. an exhaust may be wanted. And then there's a Mordekaiser pick for Anivia. Once again, 2 AP middles that are relatively good, and they both push, just non-stop push. Mord, however, is very susceptible to ganks and can get camped. But it has been seen before that if if Mordekaiser does die multiple times, he can come back, just because of how Mordekaiser is. He's very, very strong, but he's very susceptible to ganks. And it looks like we aren't going to have any switching, so people did just pick for themselves. And that's right for summoners too. So bottom lane, let's go for blue team first. Penta Perfection, once again. Their bottom lane will be Ashe, Leona, probably. And just a lot of CC, a lot of stuns. They can coordinate it with their jungle, and it could help them. And then they could also just chain stun and kill somebody. Like if Corki or Sona get caught by an Ashe arrow or a Leona ult or a Zenith blade or Leona's Q, then they will be hit by 3 stuns in any kind of order, and it's going to be very, very dangerous. There is no exhaust though on bottom lane for blue team, so if they do get engaged on, or if Corki turns to fight, or if their jungle comes in to fight, then there is no exhaust to slow them and cut their damage down. Purple team's bottom lane though, Corki has no flash, so Corki needs to be very careful, but he does have Valkyrie, so his Valkyrie can be used as not really an initiate, but something to catch up to people or to get in their face and burst them with his phosphorus bomb or his ultimate. Or he could be using that almost like a flash to jump over walls and to disengage. The Ignite is going to help, and it's going to cut off Leona's heal. That may save Ashe. And then they do have an exhaust, so which is very good. If Ashe and Leona do try to engage on Corki and Sona, they can just be stopped. For junglers, we have Maokai and Nautilus. They both clear relatively the same speed, but Nautilus, I believe, can clear like just a couple seconds faster. And both gankers have very strong CC ganks. Nautilus can just come in with his ult, or he can just run in the lane and snare, or hit with a Q with his dredge line. Or Maokai can run up and hit him with a snare, and then hit him with a snare his root, and then knock him and slow them. Both very, very strong ganking junglers. And then we have top lane, which will be Udyr versus Renekton. We can we don't know what kind of Udyr this will be. It can either be Tiger for one-on-one fights, or it could just be a Phoenix Udyr, and they could be centralized around a pushing team. And Renekton, there's a couple ways to build Renekton, but a lot of people do build Renekton more of a damage bruiser. A very good item on Renekton would be, say, a Bloodthirster, and that provides damage and healing. So he could do some potential damage to Udyr because Udyr's Turtle Stance did get nerfed. Then once again, middle lane, Anivia takes teleport this time, so we could probably see Anivia just doing a lot of farming, and Mordekaiser, he's just going to push back and farm. Probably a lot of ganks going to be going on Mordekaiser. And here we have the game starting.
Where we go?
Yep, here we go. This is a different Anivia player though than last game, so we see a little bit of different playing maybe, because last game the Anivia started with the Doran's Ring, and then we could see what this Anivia starts with this game. Skin battle, we have 4 skins on purple team and 4 skins on blue team. All very, very nice skins though. Too bad it's not Red Baron Corki. That is legendary. Costs a lot of money. Nothing's really changed except for the skin, but it's still a very, very nice skin if you have just the RP to spend on it. This Rune Wars Renekton skin did just come out too, which is, it's a very nice skin. Particles, the particles are pretty cool. His particles turn red, and then there's like red below him when he ults. That's really nice. And then we have Festival of Maokai, which of course only came out for that last Christmas. And here come the items. Navia starts off with a Sapphire Crystal, and Maokai starting off with the Regrowth, and Nautilus starting out with the Regrowth. We have Boots on Renekton.
Boots, and boots.
Yep, lots of Boots. And Fairy Charm, which will be built into a Philo Stone, into probably a Shurelya's. Or that's really the only thing in the build to do, besides
Welcome to Summoner's
a Tenacity item. But we have both supports picking up 3 wards, Sona picking up 1 mana pot, and Leona picking up 2 HP pots, which she'll need. And we can see that blue team is just going to play safe, and red team looks like they may play safe too. Or possibly not.
If PETA asks, this fur is fake.
Udyr did pick up Bear Stance first, so that could be used for an early invade. Let's see. Nautilus, no skill yet. Sona got heal. Torky got Q. Udyr with Bear. And Mordekaiser with his Siphoning Strike. Bird, Anivia got her Q stun. Ashe, volley. Nothing yet on Leona. Renekton started off with W. And Maokai gets saplings. A lot of Maokais do start Wraiths, but it is very easy to just start on Wolves. It doesn't really matter. Looks like Maokai may have started a little bit early, but I'm not sure. And very just typical games, both starting blue. Both the bottom lane for red helping their blue and their jungler, and blue team's top is helping Maokai. Let me turn off directed camera, or directed camera. Ashe, has she already used her crit? Ashe has not used her crit yet, and there it is going to be used right. Oh, may not, maybe. Come on,
No, Maokai going up top.
There's the crit on Ashe. And yes, Maokai is running up top.
Maokai invading.
Maokai trying to steal this red, but Nautilus is right around the corner. We'll see what is going to happen. Maokai does take the red. Maokai did just take the red, and Nautilus is going back to his wolves. Nautilus isn't checking the red and is probably isn't expecting Maokai to take it. Maokai is coming around Udyr from the top, and Udyr doesn't know, but Udyr is getting Renekton very, very low, and Renekton dies. Maokai runs in and is a little bit too late to jump in, but Maokai is on him. Maokai is going to try and take out this Udyr, but this Udyr does have Bear Stance and is just able to run out.
Mordekaiser coming up from mid. Flash out by Maokai. Another stun. Both
There's
very low. Udyr goes down, but Mordekaiser picks up the kill on Maokai.
Mordekaiser does get double buffs too.
Ooh yeah. That gonna be hurtful.
It doesn't. It's not that good because, well, it is good, but Mordekaiser doesn't use mana, but the CDR off of blue is very, very good. So,
Oh yeah.
Mordekaiser can push very hard now because Maokai is behind. Maokai is level 4 though, so he's not too far behind, and he is still ahead of Nautilus, and he already has a Philo Stone because he did kill Udyr. Right now we only have wards on bottom lane, and even though Renekton did get killed, Renekton didn't buy any ward, so he could be ganked by Nautilus. Mordekaiser taking a little bit of damage from tower, and bottom lane just clearing like usual. There's pings for bottom. Blue is pinging. Looks like
invading.
Oh. Because Mordekaiser got the double buffs, Mordekaiser is probably looking to take their wraiths as much as he can. Nautilus doesn't have his Philo Stone yet, but he may be able to buy it, and there's just some damage going out on top. Renekton is very, very low of this Tiger Udyr, and then Maokai comes in on bottom.
Maokai.
Nautilus grabs him. There's a teleport coming down. Anivia is teleporting
going
down.
a little too close.
Anivia is down on the bottom and gets a kill.
Corki getting killed.
Ashe flashes, but Mordekaiser comes in from behind the turret. Ashe gets grabbed by Nautilus and stunned. And Nautilus doesn't die. A lot of action going down here.
Ow.
Both middles coming down.
I could have been a lot better if Corki wouldn't have taken like 3 or 4 tower shots.
Yeah. And Ashe probably didn't need to flash either, because Anivia already secured the kill. It just wasn't necessary for Ashe to waste her flash to get in there. Because he was dead either way. It was just, he didn't have to jump in. A lot of harass going on top. The Stricken is going to need to get some armor, and is going to keep having to blow pots. All Udyr is doing is running in, Tiger Stancing hitting him one time while he hits the Tiger Stance, and it just does a dot damage, which does quite a bit. And Udyr does have no ward up here. Maokai is coming up, and he does have red buff. There are pings, and here's the gank. There's a slow, Maokai throws, and Maokai, nope. They got him. Udyr knew that he wasn't going to get out of there without his flash up, so he just wanted to try and kill Renekton as fast as he could before he died.
And there's a lot of experience in that top wave.
Yeah, that's about that's going to be 3 waves of XP, but we have Nautilus running up top to get the XP, which will be very good for Nautilus. Blue team's blue will spawn. It actually just spawned, and Anivia, well, Maokai really needs to get this for Anivia, because Mordekaiser can just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and the only way that Anivia can really just push back is with that blue buff. Or if...
And already has a 30 CS count on Anivia too.
Yeah. That's really bad. He really needs that blue buff. Udyr warding.
Well, we see. Maokai hiding out down to the tri-bush.
Funny thing is, red team has a pink ward here, but blue team has a ward in the bush, and they don't see. But here comes Maokai. Maokai's coming in, but there's just a Valkyrie, and Sona gets caught. There's going to be a slow, and they're dead. There's a very nice
arrow comes out,
and Corki gets blown up. Very nice chain CC. Okay. Very nice chain CC. Leona just jumps in after the Maokai, and Ashe slows him, and just there's a slight delay when somebody gets caught by Leona's Zenith Blade, and that's enough to stop Sona in her tracks and not keep running, or flash out or exhaust. And then Ashe just arrows Corki, and Corki's stunned. Mordekaiser looks like he may want to do something, but he's just going to recall. Mordekaiser got an early Negatron cloak, which will help out from any kind of harass that Anivia is going to try to put out. Well, Maokai is getting blue buff for Anivia, and Nautilus may take this for himself. He could give it to Mordekaiser for CDR, but Nautilus, as much as a strong jungler he is and how much mana he does use, it would be very, very good on him. There are pings on top. I can't tell who's pinging him who back, but Udyr does see Maokai because of this ward and backs up. Corki, after their death, they came back in the lane and they're just shoving really hard, so hopefully Ashe would miss XP, but actually comes back in time to actually pick up all of this CS. For the CS count right now, Ashe has 2 assists and is 6 creeps ahead, 7 creeps ahead, and is probably ahead on gold. And Corki not too far behind, 10, despite those 2 deaths. Maokai crept up in this bush from lane, so Udyr has no idea that them two are there right now. He may not even know that Renekton's here. He could have thought that Renekton's back and called him MIA. Renekton jumps in, tries to stun, and Maokai snares. Maokai is going to knock him backwards and throw up his AoE ult so he doesn't take as much damage. They're going to dive the tower, but Udyr gets a nice bear stun. Nautilus comes up, and both blue team, Renekton, and Maokai take a lot of damage. There's a flash, and then there's an ult by Nautilus. This is going to pop up Maokai, and this is probably going to... Ooh, it may get him killed. They just stop, and... Mordekaiser comes up from behind. Bird teleports, picks up the 2 kills, but Anivia may go down here because Mordekaiser does have the ghost here. Mordekaiser is going to take a lot of damage though. There's an Ashe arrow that misses, and Anivia's one hit. Very smart of Mordekaiser. He throws a shield on his very own creep to try and do some damage. There's a good wall, and Mordekaiser easer. A lot of just dancing back and forth to get 2 killed. Red team got a little bit greedy, and they didn't necessarily have to dive on tower because that just put blue team back in the game. They were farming really well, and it was 3 for 2, but I don't know about the trade because they're about even on gold now. It could have been in red's favor, but they did dive, so blue made it they just made it come out really well. The end result. Maokai looking to come down on bottom, but is probably just going to farm his golds. Because there still are wards on bottom everywhere. Nautilus looks like he wanted to gank top, but he just turned around. Once again, just more pushing in middle. Mordekaiser taking some harass because of just pushing, getting a little bit greedy under tower. But because of the Negatron cloak, it's okay. And I'm sorry I missed out on bottom. But Corki probably got chain stunned and died because Ashe's arrow is down. And then Mordekaiser comes down, Leona misses her ult. Mordekaiser ults and Mordekaiser is very low. Maokai is really low, but Leona jumps in. Anivia is here, and Ashe is going to get CC'd. Anivia is just leaving their bottom, and Maokai, there's Maokai. Anivia getting herself trapped between Mordekaiser, Nautilus, and Sona. Maokai actually coming back in, very good snare, and then because Anivia stunned Mordekaiser, she could E and kill Mordekaiser. Very good teamwork. Both junglers have 2 GP5s. It's pretty standard for at least 2 junglers. And on top, looks like Udyr is diving Renekton. Renekton flashes over the tower to get away from the Udyr, which is very smart, but Renekton can still die here very easily by just 1 hit. Udyr just walks in and taps him, and there goes the kill. Ashe and Leona proven to be very, very strong because of all of their stuns that they have, and really putting this Corki down. But Ashe isn't picking up the kills though, and they're still about even in farm. Anivia did pick up double buffs from the Mordekaiser, which he got from Maokai top lane, I believe. Or actually got him from Anivia again, top lane, after that brawl, and just they let Maokai get the blue. It looks like they want to engage here because Ashe did throw an arrow up, but it seems like they just didn't want to run back in, even though Leona does have her ult up. Red team is kind of centralized around blue, or not blue, the dragon right now, and they could easily do it if Udyr does come down. But it looks like they just want to go back to jungling and back to farming, and just keep stalling out this laning phase as much as they can. Red team is ahead by 100 gold right now, 200 gold-ish, and it's just a very, very close game. Nobody's taken dragons yet, so there's no really big lead advantage. Nautilus is coming in through the lane to try and gank, and Leona is just warding both sides of dragon. Nautilus is coming in, Corki pushing up very, very hard, so Nautilus can walk into this bush. Ashe may have just seen Nautilus right there. Nautilus is running, Nautilus flashes, Dread's line, ults, Sona ults, catches both of them. Nautilus is going to take all this tower aggro. Mordekaiser is running down, probably did get caught by Maokai and Anivia, but is okay because he does have a Negatrunk float and a Giant's Belt, so he's very, very tanky. Very good warding going on by both teams. They both see each other's actions, but there's no wards in these bushes actually, so they can't see any lane ganks happening, and that's where a lot of these ganks are coming from. Udyr is just bullying Renekton on top right now. He's just walking up, bearing to do the stun, and then Tiger stancing and hitting him one time, put on a dot. Udyr is in complete control, but there's a teleport by Nivea, and Udyr just runs out. I guess that had been miscommunication. Renekton could have ran in, stunned Udyr, and then got his attention, I guess, and had Anivia teleported in and killed him. But it may have been just too sudden. It didn't happen. Nautilus is actually coming up here, but Nautilus doesn't have an ult, but it's very, very close and has no flash. Bottom and middle, it's farming. Still no dragon attempts. Dragon is really big, and it could change the fight towards any, like, it could change the lead. It could change from blue or red team leading to blue team leading, not only because of dragon, but also because anything that could happen running towards dragon. There could be a huge fight that breaks down, and it pushes the gold advantage or the lead to the other team. So both teams not wanting to take a risk. Udyr still bullying Renekton. Udyr does have a phage, so he can just stick on Renekton better. And it looks like, once again, both junglers want to do a lane gank. Maokai flashes in, Ashe misses her arrow, and Leona misses her ult. Nautilus comes in, is going to CC Leona, and CC Nautilus, and Sona comes in from behind. Mordekaiser is coming down, and Ashe gets ulted by Nautilus, and they're just going to try and run out. The slow misses, but Ashe gets Dredge's line, and is going to go down because of Mordekaiser too. Corki jumps in over the wall, and Anivia also runs down, but nothing can happen. There's a double kill on Mordekaiser, and they look like they want to dive. Maokai tries to jump in and stun, but will the tower be enough? The shield of Mordekaiser barely keeps him alive. And this Ashe Ghost is helping out and kill this Ashe. Helping to kill this Ashe. And Corki may go down here. Corki will die.
Quadra kill.
And that was actually an ace, because Renekton died on top lane, all the way over here.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
That's a split quadra kill by Mordekaiser.
Let's jump back a little bit, and let's see how this happens. We have top lane just straight up diving again. There's Renekton ulting, and then Udyr jumping up and killing also.
Ace.
Let's jump back alive. Just from that whole fight and that ace,
Scratch your back.
red team is 4k ahead now. When they were just 500 to 1k ahead, they really just pushed their lead through all the fighting and all the tower diving. It may not have been very, very smart on blue team's decision just to pick Renekton first, because he did get counterpicked, I believe. Still no dragons going down. Just a lot of fighting. A lot
In
of diving.
my personal opinion, I don't think Renekton does good against champions with shielding.
And we have a Maokai DC.
Another DC.
Yeah, that is true.
Different DC from what came out.
Very unfortunate though.
So they can connect.
We'll look at some gold values. Udyr, 5.8k versus Renekton 3.6. That's a huge lead right there because Renekton hasn't been able to do anything on top. Looks like red team actually wants to come to D-Dragon right now. And Nivea is quite a bit behind Mordekaiser. 2.1k behind Mordekaiser. Ashe is ahead of Corki by 100. Leona is behind... No, Leona is ahead of Sona, I'm sorry. By 800. And Maokai is behind Nautilus by 600. And those values, of course, are just only going to go up because they just hit Dragon.
Yes, indeed.
Red team is grouping up, just trying to push blue team's base. It is going to be very hard to try and push this, however, because they do have Anivia. Anivia can just wall them off and just throw down her ultimate and clear the creep wave. Red buff hasn't been picked up yet by blue team. Ashe could walk over and pick that up. That'd be very, very good to have. Sona not having very much of anything right now. Only a Philo Stone and just 5 wards and boots. While this Leona actually has 2 GP5s, a Doran Shield for some defense, no Magic Mantle, and a Ruby Crystal. Probably going to build a Aegis. Mordekaiser is 8-1, very, very fed from all of the roaming that's happening and picking up the kills. Not a result from Anivia, but more of a result just from running around and roaming. Right now, red team may realize that they can't really push because they do have Anivia, so they're just going to split push. Also, Maokai is DC'd, and red team may know it or may not know it, and that's really going to put blue team behind. But blue team still can come back from this, depending on how long Maokai is going to be. Leona, those are all out, completely with it. And Ashe has to pick up bottom because Corki pushes it out. We have 4 people on red team in middle right now, and we have Voodoo just still staying top. Nobody right now can really just 1v1 this Udyr, so it is really hard for anything to happen. Nivea throws on the ult, but walks out too far, and she could have gotten caught, so that's why she has to let middle go. Ashe just farming with Volley.
Yeah, that Udyr is just fisting things like crazy.
This is a potential Baron here. Everybody's kind of moving their way towards it. Sona's clearing their area.
Yes, blue team has no sight.
Yeah, absolutely no vision.
Nor could they really do anything in the first place. Guess they'll have to DC.
Drops very, very fast. Red team is just really pushing their lead right now, especially with the DC. It really does hurt blue team. They probably wouldn't have picked up the Baron, and a lot of other things that happened probably wouldn't have happened if they did have
They
Maokai.
wouldn't have got the tower, probably.
Yeah, they had Maokai. Ashe getting hit by Judgelight and Renekton running in. Renekton ults, but is taking a lot of damage, and he gets ulted. Ashe throws up her arrow, and there's just slows going off. Renekton is not tanky at all, and kills that damage build, but he's very
Should have built
squishy.
some defensive.
Flash onto Ashe. Ashe is dead.
The ignite and ult from Mordekaiser is very, very strong with an E in there. This Mordekaiser is very, very fed right now. Leona just running out. It's gonna be top inhib.
And here goes, yes, one inhib.
Doesn't look like Maokai is gonna be coming back soon. So red team could end this and finish the game right now. Renekton jumps in again,
Sona
trying to get Sona.
very low.
And Renekton flashes out to not die. Red team just backing out. Knowing that they don't want to be too greedy.
They all got lots of money to spend.
Lowest being Sona. Ashe actually gets caught by Nautilus, and Anivia throws a wall and throws her ult. Little bit of tower dive. Ashe whiffs her arrow,
Wait for the arrow.
and Ashe is getting chunked by this Mordekaiser.
Lots of new items for the red team. 10k lead.
They're asking if Maokai is coming back anytime soon. They don't know.
I say play another.
Red team creeping around into the jungle. It looks like they just want to take this middle tower. Top lane's actually pushing into blue team's base and is going to hold up these creeps. And Leona's back at base to try and stop it. Red team is just pushing in, however, and Nivea can't really get in too close because because of Nautilus's ult. If Nautilus just ults anybody that kind of walks close is going to get stunned. There's a good wall by Nivea, blocking off Mordekaiser and not allowing him to get back in. Mordekaiser getting CC'd.
Getting bursted down.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Let's get bursted. Very good Nivea
Good
wall.
play on that. Deer stealing some red buff.
Corki is just now picking up an IE when Wriggles first. So Corki will be doing more damage now. Udyr, excuse me, just shoving bottom lane. And Ashe is coming in right now. They're trying to really stop it. Very good Nivea wall, almost clearing the whole lane, but that's as big as it'll go. There's a stun onto Udyr, and Udyr's just turning around to try and put out some damage. Lots of slows going on, but Corki's down here also. There's another. Oh, Udyr getting chunked.
Udyr's going to get picked off.
And Udyr, yep.
Arrow goes off, hits Corki. Corki Valkyries over the wall.
Nautilus is in here just to stop it.
Ashe is. Another wall comes up. Nivea will flash outs. Another flash by Nautilus. Nautilus goes down. Though their Nexus tower is getting hit by super creeps right now.
Also, their mid inhib needs to get checked. Nobody actually dying on
They're
blue
gonna
team.
lose.
Oh no, their inhib came back up.
Or my game is just gonna go crazy and bug out. That one Nexus tower went down, right?
No, it's still up.
It's still up?
Yeah, it stopped
Oh,
because
the inhib
Tappin
came up.
Yeah,
I did not see that. It did not show up on my
it's
screen.
very close.
They just started like bouncing around.
Very good.
Blue team has been holding out.
Yeah, they're holding out.
Even though they are one now.
And because of red team
Baron
pushing
is
in
up.
the inhibitor, that lets blue team. Well, red team pushing in the inhibitor that allows blue team to get a lot of farm as a result. And yes, Baron is up. There are still very, very minimal wards on blue team, and Maokai is still DC'd. It's very, very
No,
sad.
blue team has no wards out.
Red team just all
They
five
see
of them
nothing.
going to Baron. Maokai actually has 1900 gold on him right now. That's another free Baron.
Makai still has more money than Renekton.
Leona up in here, very, very overextended. Is getting caught by...
Going to get killed.
Yeah. There's no way to get out of here.
No way
by
to get out, yeah. And this could be a final push.
So it seems, yeah, that's what it seems like.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
They're just rushing middle, big than him. Blue team trying to do what they can with 3 people. Renekton getting caught by Nautilus, getting ulted by Mordekaiser, and then there's an Nautilus ult and a Mordekaiser ult that will finish him off.
And he fell up.
Udyr taking a lot of damage.
Ooh,
Ashe
the
actually
ghost blocked
arrows.
the arrow.
Yeah, Ashe's arrow gets blocked. Oh, that's sad. Not realizing that Ghost was in front of Ashe, stopped the arrow. They're still clearing waves relatively well. It looks like red team will just swing bottom as their creeps are pushing in, and just take the bottom inhibitor also. Ashe poking at Udyr. Udyr is getting pretty low. There's a Leona ult, and Nautilus goes through Anivia and gets caught on him. Mordekaiser and Nautilus trying to get to their carries. Nautilus grabs
Flash on
Anivia
Ashe by Udyr.
and eggs Anivia. Udyr keeps chasing Ashe. Renekton tries to jump in and do something but gets caught. And there goes Anivia.
That's gonna be
Yep, that's
GG.
Has been destroyed.
GG's gets thrown out.
Guy playing Udyr really sucks.
Renekton runs in just for the heck of it. And
Oh yeah. And that will be the second game for Team Tappin Dat Ashe. With a 2-0 victory over Penta Perfection.
Victory!
very sad that the Maokai
for the
DC'd
longest
because blue
Yes,
team
they
did
had
really,
some
really
bad
well.
luck with the DCs.
They could have won this game too,
Yeah.
because they were ahead at one point, but it turned out to be really, really bad. Just some stats. Gold earned. And that will be it. That was game 2.
Yeah.